Perfect.
Who better than Derek, Pat, Andrew, the wrestling crew? Man, they bout to put an end to y'all careers like a finishing move. They bout to give y'all facts on these cats that's fighting on these mats. Y'all can't see them like John Cena. Even if y'all had 20/20 vision, y'all better listen, pay attention, and take notes down and realize that it's not your time now. And watch these three kings take the crown. Hey, hey.
Yo, it's your boy JTG, one half of the hottest tag team to ever grace the ring, Prime Time, and you are listening to Wrestling IQ 101. Cheer!
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of WIQ 101. I'm Andrew, and with me is Derek.
You.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And today we're sitting with Joakim, and we're going to be talking about Welcome to War, Battle Club's show on March 3rd. How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing great. Working hard. Same as you. You're working hard too, right?
Yeah, man. I'm trying. It's fun, but it is tedious. But if you love what you do, you're not really working.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Definitely. So you got this this great show coming up on March 3rd. Can you kind of tell us like what went into it, and what were some of the things you had to deal with putting the show together?
Well, just a quick backstory. So I co-own Battle Club Pro with Carlos Aristide. So we're partners, and 2 years ago he hit me up about late April, early May, and said he wanted to give someone new a shot on commentary. So he was, he pitched to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for whatever. And a couple months later, I kind of realized that I wanted to do more than just commentary, so I offered up my services. I'm like, dude, I'll do whatever you need, whatever it is you need from me. So we met in person, because we were Facebook friends for like a while. Yeah. But we met in person. We started doing flyers. He brought me onto his production company, who films places like Wrestle Pro and Tier 1 and Fiesta Pro, and just different promotions all throughout the New York, New Jersey area. So I was doing that. Battle by the Six, our first show came up, and I just fell in love with the whole aspect of everything, and it snowballed from there. Every show he gave me a little more responsibility and said, here's a match, here's a couple matches, here's a few matches, and kind of gave me the ins and outs. And this one, our last show, They All Fall Down, that featured JT Dunn and Matt Cross, first time ever, which was baffling because they've both been on the scene for quite a while. He saw the passion, he really saw the passion, and about a week, maybe less than a week later, he, said, dude, I'm going to give you the chance, I'm going to put you on, we're going to be equal partners, and he formally announced it, and he said, here you go, this is your Christmas gift. You're going to put together our first show in 2018. It's all going to be on you. I'm going to help you out wherever I can, but this is going to be your vision. The only talent that we had set in motion was Mia Yim. And she, unfortunately she had gotten injured, so she was unable to perform, but she was totally down to come out and support, and her rehab is going really well, so there's still a chance there might be a surprise this Saturday in terms of, the War Queen. But, like I just said, her name is the War Queen, so it was just made sense. Welcome to War. And, just the vision and talking to Carlos every night about how can we make this card different and new and exciting. And coincidentally, March is Women's History Month, so let's close the show with our women's match, a women's main event. And that's our headliner. It's Jessica Havoc versus Su Yung, and we're really excited about that. That was the first match we had penciled in. And we were like, well, you know what? Let's be different. Let's open the show with a female match as well. And that's where you get Harlow O'Hara versus Willow Nightingale. So, you couldn't get two talents who were, more different,
Yeah.
Willow is the NYWC Starling champion. She's exciting. She's vibrant. She's happy-go-lucky, but, she can move in that ring. And Harlow is just, I mean, we've all seen the Carnies. I don't know if you guys have ever. Andrew, you've been at our show, so you've seen the Carnies and what they do, and like the character development, and the same thing with the Ugly Ducklings. But in terms of attention to detail, like on the production level, Harlow is hands down the best I've ever seen. Her little 5-minute movie where she did the whole Born Again thing. Oh man, it just it opened my eyes, and we gotta have her. And the perfect opponent was Willow, and so not trying to talk too much here in terms of that, but that's what it was. It was the idea. Let's move forward. Let's make it empowering to women. Let's base it around Mia, and let's make it different. I think my count is 9 or 10 brand new faces coming into the show, and new matches. Just that excitement. I did a lot of research, a lot of studying, talking to different people, and yeah, man, it's a dream come true. And I do this every time I get interviewed, and every time I have a chance. I thank Carlos from the bottom of my heart because he's given me everything I could ask him for and more.
So one of the matches that a lot of people might be looking forward to seeing is Clay Jackson versus Anthony Bowens. What can people expect from that match?
Clay, Mr. Gaines. Oh man, that's Bowens. Anthony Bowens. I call him the 5-tool player. Because doing research, he was a huge baseball guy in college, and it just seemed right. The guy can move. He's strong. He's got a great look. He doesn't take to the mic in terms of promos as much as I think he should, but in the ring, he is one of the best trash talkers, and it's just exciting to see. So, that was just let's get someone who is just as physically imposing, who we haven't had around. And Clayton, being from that Ohio area, under OI4K, Sammy Callahan, guys like Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier, it was that guy. That guy physically fits the perfect opponent. It's like Hercules versus Conan. Just two monstrous forces smashing into each other, and I think that's going to be one of the hardest hitting matches of the night.
Definitely nice. Now, you talk about hard hitting. I was looking at Joe Gacy versus Trip Cassidy. I know Joe Gacy. I love that dude, man. What can the fans expect from that?
So, Pro Wrestling's Maniac has been killing it this year. Joe Gacy seems to be everywhere. There was literally a span. I formally introduced myself to him at CZW's A Night of Infamy, December of last year. I went up there, saw the show, introduced myself, and then the New Year hit, and literally he and I saw each other at 4 shows in a row. 4 completely different companies, just back to back to back. We saw each other, and he was just dude, I'm seeing you everywhere. And I'm well, I guess that's a good thing. It's weird because I don't want to compare the two, but it's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde if both were sociopaths. I see Trip, and it's Trip is the southern version of Joe Gacy, but I don't want to say that emphatically because Trip is his own entity. He's an oddity. He's everything evil manifested, but in a joyous way, and it's nuts. And that match was one of the early ones I thought of, Joe Gacy versus Trip Cassidy. It's what's his name? So it's basically Ed Gein versus is it the BTK killer, one that dressed up like a clown, and it's just everyone's favorite serial killers are in that match, and they're gonna destroy each other.
Yeah, basically, right?
That's awesome, and even you can just hear the excitement in your voice. So that's just gonna be probably a killer match. But I mean, you talk about hard hitting. They don't hit any harder than Dan Moff, and he's going to be in action.
Nobody does. Every locker room that I've had the honor and privilege to go in and just talk to the guys, and it's just the constant statement made is, I don't want to take a chop to the back from Dan Moff. Everybody makes that statement. So it's okay, Moff is a legend. He's been in the business going on 20 years. ROH, freaking Japan All Pro, just all over. And he's good, and like a glass of fine, like a bottle of fine wine, he's getting better.
Yeah.
He's getting better the more he does it. And I have the privilege, because of Carlos, thank you again, Carlos, to film Wrestle Pro shows. And consistently, Danny Moff is the best part of every Wrestle Pro show I go to.
That's true.
So it's like, let's take this monster and let's find another monster for him. And then you have Shane Mercer, another Southern talent. I don't know if you guys kind of see this, but like, we love the South at Battle Club. We like love, hey, this guy, let's bring him up to New York or Jersey and expose their talent. So like, Shane Mercer was on Wrestler's Laboratory. It's another thing we do, like the Wrestler's Lab company, the promotion, Chris Ruiz, Mike Sweeney, phenomenal at finding talent that deserves more exposure. And that's what happened. Shane Mercer had just a display of awe against Hippie Dickie Moon. I was like, yeah, I want him.
Yeah.
He came out, had a crazy match with Logan Black in Brooklyn. I was like, yeah, I want him back. And I mean, if you ever have the privilege of interviewing him, he can vouch for this. I had a conversation with him, and he was a bit like, apprehensive. He's like, oh man, it's kind of a big crowd. And I was like, dude, I've watched your work extensively. By the end, you're going to come in and you're going to be relatively unknown. When that night is over, when your match is done, they will be chanting your name and asking you to come back. Andrew, you were at the Brooklyn show, correct?
No, I was at the Ridgefield Park.
So at the Brooklyn show, the one featuring British Strong Style, the crowd did just that. It was kind of silent when he came out. They were like, oh, who's this guy? When it was over, let's Iron Demon chant and please come back.
Yeah.
And he did. And he wrestled KTB at that Ridgefield Park show in November, and the crowd loved him again. And he took a really nasty bump, a sidewalk slam on the top turnbuckle, and he like cut his head, and like it was like nothing. It was like a mosquito bit him.
Really?
Hit that moonsault and battery on KTB, and it was just like, holy crap. So it's like this guy who, constantly shows the incredible feats of strength versus the legend, the Jersey legend, the wrestling legend. So it's like you got the Bayonne badass versus the Iron Demon. Exactly, hard hitting. You got a tank going as fast as it can into another tank going as fast as it can, and you're just gonna wait and see.
Nice. So, and we also have Matt McIntosh. He's taking on Joseph Blackcloud. Now, Matt McIntosh is like, I think he's one of like maybe the most underrated wrestlers that's out there right now. He's like really one of the best, I think, that's out there on the indie scene.
I don't know if he's underrated. I think he's underutilized by other companies.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love Matt McIntosh.
Yeah.
Every time I see Matt, I tell him can I curse on this?
Yeah.
He's a fucking superstar.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I tell him every time I see him. And I called him out on it, because when Eli Drake said the same thing, he was like, oh, maybe I am good at this. And I was like, fuck you, I've been telling you this for a year and change now. Phenomenal athlete, sells a match, interacts with the crowd, he's got the look, can work, can talk. I mean, God. And he has been great for us. He's going for his 6th win. He's undefeated still. He won the championship, I guess. He won like the free pass to the championship final for us in Brooklyn. And just every single time, no matter who the competition is, he delivers.
Yeah.
He realized the platform he was on in Brooklyn did a Fosbury flop. I don't know if it's on footage, but when he did that, my jaw dropped after calling the move, because it's like, I didn't see that coming. And I feel like he does that every show. He'll pull something out that you go, where was that? Like, I've never seen that. And it just love, just total respect and love for him. So Joseph Blackcloud is another guy. Crazy feats of strength, great look, good character. He's recently featured on NXT. He's worked for Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, and again, Southern talent. So it's like, okay, let's bring up this guy who kills it for us constantly versus someone who should get more recognition for everything they're putting in. North versus South. Let's see how that turns out.
Yeah. And then we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this, man. LAX and Crusade for Change, man. I mean, that's going to be an all-out war. I mean, the title is right there in it.
Yeah, we got extra insurance for that match. Like, not even kidding. Not even kidding. We're hoping they don't knock the building down, but I mean, the self-proclaimed ace of Battle Club, and the guy's 5-1, so why wouldn't he be? Darius Carter, and he reformed the Crusade with a vision of being different. He preaches change. What more change can you have than bringing a couple of carnies that no one expected? I mean, that was our final show in the Bronx, and the crowd was in love with the carnies. They had an amazing match with the 13th floor, and the crowd was just nuts. And they left through they left right through the crowd. They're like, "Look, we had a long drive to our next show. We're gonna go." So the crowd lulled. Darius has his triple threat match with Flip and EC3, and then these guys covered in all white and masks come out and beat the crap out of EC3, take him to the back. No one knows what's going on. Flip goes for a 450, gets hit with the foreclosure. Darius wins. The masked men come back out, and it's the carnies. And the crowd, shocked. Second time of the night. First time was the British Strong Style announcement. The crowd was like, holy crap, how did that happen? And then at the end of the night, again, like, what? We saw you guys leave. We saw you guys leave through the front door into your car. And they came back at the end of the night. So the reformed Crusade for Change, this new vision of Darius Carter versus, I mean, you want to talk about tearing up the tag team scene. LAX, formerly EYFBO.
Yeah.
They were the first ever match in Battle Club Pro versus Misogyny. In that match, one of the first lines I say to describe them is that they're tearing up the indie scenes. Fast forward a year and a half later, they're winning gold everywhere. They're taking over tag team wrestling. They're having wars with OI4K on Impact. They've been Hog champions, Wrestle Pro champions. They're doing it all. Ortiz and Santana are representing New York like no one has in a long time. Like, I dare to say maybe Devon Dudley or Taz. That's about it. And this was like, these guys are killing it. And they're following in the footsteps of Homicide. Another Hispanic talent representing New York as best he can. Another guy getting better with age. He's having these matches all across the indies, and you just, wow, this guy, not only does he still have it, he's got more than we thought. So that trifecta versus the other trifecta, it's going to be an all-out war. Like, we've got extra insurance. It's going to spill all over the place. I feel bad for the cameramen. I'm happy that I'm happy that I'm up on the stage so I can look down and see what's going on, because it's going to be all over the place. Like, Santana has tweeted several times, like, I hope you guys got extra insurance. Like, this is going to get crazy. And Darius and the Carnies, they're up for it. I mean, the Carnies went toe-to-toe with Mustache Mountain, and I mean, they did. They came so close to beating them. And that is universally the best match in Battle Club history. Like, everyone loves that match.
Nice. That's great. And moving along, you got to keep. You probably have to call PETA for this one. You got the Ugly Ducklings versus the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah. I hope PETA doesn't shut us down.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
The Ugly Ducklings. Like, what can you say? Like, I've never seen the pull that guys that look like them have. Like, they go everywhere. They go anywhere. And the crowd falls in love. And it's just like they are who they say they are. They're the Ugly Duckling. They go anywhere, and people will quack along with them. They're just so entertaining. I've said it a million times. Coach Mikey is my spirit animal. Like that guy, he can cut a promo. He is a great coach. He knows when to do what he's got to do to help his team win. And Rob Killjoy and Lance Lude, I mean, you talk about two guys working as a well-oiled machine. Like, they're just so in sync. It's creepy. It does not matter who's across the ring from them. They're just so damn good. It's like they're together all the time. just feels like that. Like they know when the other one's gonna burp, you know?
I thought that way. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then the Diamond Dogs. I mean, Andrew, you saw that Wrestlers Lab Battle Club Showcase match, 13th floor versus the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
The Diamond Dogs stole the show, and the crowd just didn't really realize what was happening. And as the match was going, they're like, "Holy crap, this is awesome!"
Yeah.
You know, God, I loved it. Like they were on the lab, and they did great there. And I just fell in love with the bazooka. I mean, the Black Diamond Industries, they're mercenaries, but Diamond Dogs. It's Mercs versus Mallards, Canines versus Quacks. Like it's all the puns are there, and it's just going to be a hell of a match. Again, two guys that know each other inside and out, who live up to the gimmick, and they just feel so authentic. It's just like these guys are legit brothers. So you just, again, I hope he doesn't shut us down, and we don't get any warnings. And the WWF that took over those two letters doesn't come down on us like, wait a second, guys, this isn't right.
Seriously.
I mean, if he doesn't do it, LAX might just leave nothing there. So
the only thing that like has me a little apprehensive is that the Diamond Dogs are all over social media preaching duck hunting season, and I'm not sure we have that in New York.
Oh man!
Yeah, that is hilarious. So you have the fraternity versus the lynch mob. I mean, what can people expect from that one?
Well, I mean, so Joey and Matt have been in the South for a long time, and I've actually there's someone I've watched for a while. Carlos mentioned them to me like, about a year ago, and I've watched, and they've gotten better, and they've worked on their bodies and their ring work, and it's like, I think now is the perfect time. Like, tag team wrestling always seems to be really well for us. I think it's like now is a good time to bring them up. And again, going back to let's do first time matches. So the fraternity is another team. Kept my eye on them for a long time. Channing and Trent, like the frat boys, they look great. It's like North, like real North versus South. Like, the Greek now, they're in and out of Canada constantly. And like, this is Atlanta, a Florida tag team. So it's like, boom. First time matchup, two completely different looking teams, but both teams that I can personally attest can put on hell of a match. Seems like it's going to work. Let's make it happen. Unfortunately, Joey was injured at a match a while back, and he will not be in the tag match, but taking his place is the third of the 4-2-3 trio, which is the Lynch Mob and Gunnar Miller. Gunnar Miller fits. Like, he looks just like Joey and Matt, but he's his own entity. The guy he had an incredible match with Matt Riddle. He looks the part. He's a scary, big, just beefy man. So it's like, it's going to be Gunnar and Matt versus Trent and Channing, and I'm just expecting like country boys versus typical frat guys, and let's see how this turns out. Like the title of the show, Welcome to War, is fitting because I feel every match is going to be harder hitting than the next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like it, yeah, for sure. So, Joakim, the show is this Saturday. Can you tell people how to get tickets for it?
Oh man, BattleClubPro.com is the easiest way. If you want to, I'm not sure how many people do this, but if you're not comfortable with making purchases online, that's fine. Myself or my partner will meet you somewhere and sell you a physical ticket. Like, you can reach out to us. I'm always, on Messenger or, Twitter or whatever the case may be, and we have physical tickets for sale. If that's not cool, then buy at the door. 106 Bergen Avenue, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. You can buy at the door. There's still, general admission is still available. We've sold out front row, which I'm really proud of. And yeah, that's how it is. It's crazy to see. 2 years ago, I had no idea what I was going to do with my future. I was falling into my job. I work in a school. I was falling into it and falling in love with it, and had just no idea that I'd be where I am right now. And this position, this is my first, I'm in charge of the show. This is me. This is everything that runs through this crazy brain of mine in a wrestling card. So I'm really proud of it, and I'm hoping everyone comes out, because I think it's going to be a crazy entertaining night. Me and him will be there. We have some special announcements to be made. And the last time we made, announcements before the summer, you got Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven in Brooklyn. So who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, those are the ways, battleclubpro.com. You can meet us in person, or you can buy at the door.
Nice. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty great show. And as far as social media, if fans want to keep up to date with Battle Club Pro, how can they reach you guys?
BattleClubPro.com, Battle Club Pro on Facebook, Battle Club Pro on Instagram and Twitter. Nice. Those are the ways you can reach out to us. You can watch our stuff. Battle Club Pro on YouTube. Title Match has our footage as well. So, there's plenty of ways to watch our stuff, to keep up with all the news that's going on. And yeah, it's just, in this world, in this day and age where information is so easily accessible, we're a click away. Nice. And, if you're a fan that feels like you want to have a conversation with myself or Carlos, I've done it to plenty of fans. They'll hit me up, hey, what's going on? And I'll just talk to them, and 20 minutes later, I'm like, all right, I'm just having a random conversation with a fan, which is awesome.
So, Joakim, thanks for taking the time out and talking with us. And also, make sure you check out One in the Chamber. It's May 27th. And,
Oh, yeah, that's we'll be talking about that for sure. But, real quick, One in the Chamber, Innovative Pro, the owner of the company would like to remain anonymous. So he reached out to me and said, hey, dude, here's the book. And it's just it's shocking, because at the time, I'm handing out flyers for the show in March. Mm-hmm. So it's just wait, what? I just got hired to run another company. Holy crap. It was just, I'm like, me? Are you sure? And the way he did it, he sent me a graphic, the graphic that's up on the page that says the commissioner has one in the chamber. So I'm like, I just see a picture of myself, and it's okay, cool, I'm booked on the show. And then I took another look, I'm like, that says commissioner. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, but I don't want it to just be a character on the stage. You're going to be running the show. Wow. So, surreal, unbelievable. Josh Woods, Teddy Hart, Joe Gacy, JT Dunn, Shane Strickland, The Awakening, Jessica Havoc, the Night Riders. The show is going to be crazy. Anthony Henry and James Drake are going to be there. Their challengers have yet to be announced. We've got Innovatational. It's a 5-way elimination style match with some monstrous guys. KTB, Baron the Emperor, Black Cloud will be there, Logan Black, and Steve Gipke, who was impressive. I saw him at the JAP show, the JAPW show, and I was just like, whoa, impressive. So four guys who can go, who hit hard, and they're going to be in that match. It's crazy. But we can definitely get into more into that, in the coming weeks. That show is May 27th, and I do want to thank you guys. It was a last minute thing. I don't know how you feel about being honest, but this was last minute, but you guys were so into it. I appreciate it. You made time. I had a crazy bad day at work, but I had to be on because you were into it, and you were down to yeah, let's do this. We can help each other out. So I'm so thankful to you guys. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Derek.
Definitely, man. No problem. Anytime.
And for us, we are Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And we'll see you soon.
Peace. You have just listened to the Wrestling IQ 101 podcast, powered by B Plus Player Radio.